into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Place.
Ah, I see. I see.
Or maybe someone's got the BM bind and they're spamming in the BM bind.
Oh, I see you have those.
I love those people
Yeah.
when I say love, I mean completely indifferent to,
You really need to win those.
have those crappy binds that they spam, half of which are inside jokes you don't even get. Moving towards the B-bomb site. I think I am Ricky is his faceit name, which is why it says I am there. That is a bug which I believe is being taken care of. Cold Zero trying to do what he can, but that isn't much at the moment. Smoke plant coming in, and one that T has made it towards the CT water, if you will. Taco still holding the corner for the time being. Cutler on a late flank holding connector. That's a really nice play from him. And he's got information for his team as well. Crossfire from the T's. Nice post-plant positioning, it has to be said, for CLG. But is it enough to close things out here? Fallen on the high ground. He's got all the 5 HP. He's got a kit as well. He can't afford to die up there, but he does. That makes stuff a lot harder for Phelps. But he gets the last kill, and I think he's got time.
He's got this. Phelps with a defuse, and SK Gaming with a good start. And it's always really cool to see SK Gaming getting that good start on CT side, just because then you get to see them have, assuming nothing goes wrong on the second or third rounds, you get to see them really able to extract themselves into spots where they can take aggression early on, they can get that economy rolling in, so they can have the space and the buffer to work with to do that, not restricted in any way. So it'll be fun to see what their approach is against CLG. A hard-working team. I'm sure there's a lot of data on CLG. CLG are one of the teams to be afraid of in the North American scene that you may overlook here or there. But I would imagine that SK Gaming are not going to have overlooked CLG. So it'll be fun to see. But this should be pretty straightforward. I like that we have a pure PT50 eco from CLG. That's nice. First seems to be enjoying that as well, taking the first frag with the MP9 for the SMG master, the shotgun master, the master of shenanigans, the master of chaos. He's low-key, James. He's low-key. He's a trickster god.
Master of chaos, I like that. Sounds good. Not this time though. The chaos will be brief. Very brief indeed. Once again, Fallen is in the red, but it matters no more because everyone's dead. AKs are out. CLG got the plants in the first round. And again, there's more structure in CLG now than there ever used to be. So I feel like the post-plant positioning was likely deliberate from the side, and that's really cool to see. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to offer on their full buy round. Yanko thinks they're going to get smashed by an SK who may prove too strong. I have faith. Dan, I have faith. Yanko, I have faith. I believe in this iteration of CLG.
Nice. I actually have been enjoying this iteration of CLG quite a lot. I think they've got a lot to offer. They're one of the more exciting teams for sure, and a lot of it is due to that hard work and the talent as well, and the leadership. And we'll see here, of course, just a very slow default approach here, just taking it very carefully. And I like this approach at the start. You're playing against SK, you know they are on SMG still, and that means that SK are either going to be, trying to be in your face somehow, or they're going to be playing quite passively. So CLG are just putting the feelers out there, trying to play consistently, trying to get the information before rushing into any decisions. That said, as we approach the 45-second mark, they really need to make their plays.
Riquet is lurking outside B. And I do wonder, well, they've got no one in short B though, because I was going to say, Riquet's fake is one flashbang. That's all he had. He's not pushing B either. 29 seconds and CLG playing the clock down. Still a reasonable amount of counter flashes at the very least for the CT side. No possession of a toilets means FNS goes down to 3, drawing his gun as a trade. But they're at 15 seconds. They're not close enough to the site, surely. Fallen knows his position is crucial. He, in that position, and the play towards bank means the bomb cannot get planted. The transfer isn't in the right position, and the flashbang is perfect, down to 2 versus 2. This, I feel like it shouldn't work, but it might just do so. Cold Zero on his own. There's a crossfire for the T's. He doesn't know that there's a player close left, it seems. Pressuring towards Optimus. And indeed, the crossfire is perfect. Yanko, what the hell just happened?
Unfortunately for SK, Fallen couldn't get the kill on the bomb planter as well. Or maybe he should have just, after he had gotten the first kill, just backed off a little bit, waited for his teammates, because they would have applied a lot of pressure together with Long and from the CT spawn. But besides that, CLG just did a good job of being patient, not getting picked off early. Eventually took map control and went for that A execute. Got the trade kills and won the afterplant.
And SK are in a position where they can do something in this round. They have some leftover money. Getting cold onto an AWP, a smoke and a flash. No armor though. But that's fine. It's an AWP. If you know which angles and positions to take with, in this sort of situation, you can get a lot of value out of it, a huge amount of value. You can win rounds by yourself, even without the Kevlar. You just have to be smart. However, CLG, they know the position SK are in. They may not necessarily know that there is an AWP in play, but they can play in a way that doesn't matter. If they're able to take some of these forward positions, take away sewers, maybe Taco is there, as we can see, and then they can get, say, set piece onto the A site. And that will be a very, or rather B site, sorry, and that will be very problematic for Cold. But Taco's position is fantastic. It's actually spotted though, and oh my goodness, Cold is demolished as well. The setup on Suez has failed for SK. They were not ready, and the round looks to be over at this point.
Solid stuff from CLG. Look how much they have left in the tank as well, in terms of all their nades and stuff and such. rather than stuff. Stuff is not a good word.
Stuff.
Stuff. I am 12. And what is this
Look
stuff?
at that. Over there.
FNS has picked up an AWP. And Kusta's, I was about to say he had a scout, but he's thrown it out for the UMP, so better situation now.
It's funny, actually. I was always told off for saying stuff when I was younger. And so in classrooms when I was like 7 years old or 6 years old, I always tell other kids off for saying stuff. So no, you can't say that. That's wrong. Super weird.
Were you the school prefect?
I may have been, but I wasn't.
What does that mean?
It means that
You cannot respond and by saying I may have been, but I wasn't.
It means that I had the potential to be, but due to circumstance,
I had the potential
I
to
had
be
to
the school prefect.
I had
You
to
are
leave.
such a nerd.
I had to leave that life, James. I had to leave that behind me. I had to leave that life.
And live in the jungles of Tasmania.
As if you say that as if the school prefect is something you want to aspire to. I had the potential to be like it's like a world championship boxer, you know.
Yeah, man.
The potential was there. It was in my blood, but it just wasn't the right time for me to be the most annoying person in the school.
Yeah, right. So we have Taka here with a deagle. It's it could be scary, but it looks like it won't be. He's gonna get surrounded here. Can't even get a shot off. Where's Lekro when you need him? Although I think Lekro would get wrecked there as well. But yeah, looks like CLG are handling this pretty well. And you can again, like you can see with CLG the level of work they put in just because they are taking their time and trying to be very coordinated on the rounds in which they have advantages. They look to be very afraid almost of throwing those advantages away. And we'll see whether or not that's something that will hurt them later on, because you don't always get the time in CS against a great team to be so diligent. You're going to take the losses, and you're going to be forced into positions which suck. That's for sure. So as soon as SK gets some money, it's going to be interesting. But it does seem like CLG are doing quite well at not giving up too many frags in these spots as well against the pistols of SK. All things considered, where CLG's money is right now, they've done very well if you consider that they lost the pistol against SK here.
Yeah, it's still early days, however. I mean, what if they end up on only 3 rounds? Then what? Ooh, some legs spotted by Fallen. And Rike is letting him get away with that one. And now Rike is not in the right position to escape. So that is a free kill for Fallen and co. And that's going to cause a rotation from CLG. Oh dear, this is not going well. They have not got any kills at this point. And with the amount of time they're taking, maybe Fallen comes back and tries to help his teammates out. They've lost 2 players to a scout and a CZ jumping around the corner with their knives out. So a lapse in judgment, perhaps. And this round is collapsing around them. Question is, how do they deal with this adversity? FNS looking around the back, but they've got 3 players. There's a reasonable chance that someone gets taken down in isolation. Speaking of which, the guys, the pistolers are on eco. They're going to be everywhere. I really hope CLG have at least disposed of the weapons, although I don't know where you even do that. 2 players left now versus 4, with a scout on the map. No longer, but it's under damage. 11 HP for Ethan. 2 versus 2. Bob getting planted. And there's so many issues right now for CLG. Ethan, 1 bullet. He hasn't got time to rotate to the other bomb site either. And surely Fur commits and takes him out for free. No plant either, and that was a calamity of a round. Yanko, you look upset.
Dan's having some issues here as well, but the problems for CLG in that round were, I think they were very surprised by the fact that SK was actually on another eco. I think they were expecting a full gun round. That's why they were spread around in a default style. That's what allowed Fallen to get the initial kill. Then Taco had great timing to sneak through towards that outside monster area, basically. And after that, in a 5v3 situation, you know that SK, even with only pistols, has the advantage. They did a good job of rotating. So, but CLG in the actual anti-force buy round, when they knew that SK is on a weak buy or with only pistols, they grouped up to remove like a chance of getting picked off. So I think that was a case of them not realizing, not counting on the fact that SK is going to be only with pistols.
So right now we have COG trying to remedy the situation, just pressuring towards toilets and trying to force the grenades away from SK. Trying to just diminish their supplies of utility, trying to get a reaction potentially, see if SK are going to make a play, but they've actually decided to spread back out in towards long. There's been no presence so far from COG towards the monster side or Suez area for just generally so far in this round. And first going to start asking questions. An important push. Push either had to come towards A or towards B, and it looks like it's going very well for SK. They have 4 players pretty much ready to respond to anything here. And Kusta now leading the way with the AWP. Finds himself up against the smoke, a re-smoke. When that smoke disappears, it's going to be about 15 seconds left. That's the GG smoke right there.
Do they wait for it though? It looks like they will. The only person with a flash is Kusta, and he's the closest person to the smoke. They're literally going to stand there and wait. And, well, let's see what happens. Now they're starting to back off. So I guess they thought better of it, and they're going for the 3-man save. Kusta needs to get out of that area, and indeed he will. Taco's on a flank. I don't know if he'll get there in time, however. How is that not a kill?
Yeah, they look close. I like that they saved there because they played a very slow round. SK took the initiative in a way that caught them off guard, and then there's sort of nothing that they could do at that point. And that could be the adaptation that SKs have to COG's style of play. That could be what sinks them here. So COG should think about pace, switching their pace at this point, I think.
I think they could use more flashbangs as well.
I think it was strange that they took so much time to actually execute, because strangely enough, SK was giving them a lot of space. They were not playing that aggressive, but now they are. Fallen from the connector area, gets the 1 kill. Fur is there to support him, and he actually went up the ladder. He's behind him. This is going to be a slaughter then. Not yet.
Well, not yet, but maybe soon. Fur is creeping in
then. He's
the
being
back.
a creeper. Moving slowly behind.
There's
But Rick is behind him.
Though.
Oh no! You hate to see it.
The creeper has been out-creeped. Or has he?
We got guys behind guys
Oh.
behind guys.
Is this even real life?
Apparently it is for CLG. They've lost the... sorry, SK have lost that advantage they had. But CLG expecting a stack towards the A site, going for the fast rotation, but it's going to be a gamble. If they want to capitalize on a numbers advantage, it will be a gamble into the B bomb site without really identifying where Cold Zero might be. And there he is, and there he goes. I go on the site as well, but he'll be dispatched of. Looking good for CLG, and now maybe it's time for SK to save.
Yep, it looks very bad indeed. Fallen can save his AWP. So COG switching things up a little bit in this round. It's quite back and forth at the moment. Not the team really having any economic, well, strength at the moment. What would you most like to see COG doing, Yanko? Obviously, SK could actually buy here. Fur could drop an AWP. Get some UMPs on the go. Perhaps that's why we see the pause now, to decide how to use this money.
I like to see them switch things up with like a fast-paced execute towards B. Doesn't have to be a straight rush, but send 4 players there to go for that execute, and send 1 player to fake like around mid, throw a flash, a smoke perhaps, just draw some attention to himself. Would be ideal if someone can throw him the smoke for toilets, like all the way from E-spawn, the one you throw. That way, if they get stuck behind like an incendiary or a smoke towards monster, if they don't want to go B, he will still have some presence towards A, so they will at least know what's going on, and they might be able to go back.
Very forward positioning from SK around the playground position. There will be no party today, say the CTs. I don't know if Kusta was running around the the playground area. I think so. Fur catches him as soon as he pulls his knife out. And if he were to pursue, he would see that the bomb is there. And that might be a panic station for the T side. Fallen gets away with it. I don't know how much the T's will chase because, again, they need to rescue the bomb and make sure it's secure. So that's got to be their main priority. Bomb rotating towards the B bomb site. CLG have no idea what is going on above them, so they may feel committed to the B bomb site. Ethan rotating around via T-spawn, maybe just making sure there's no flank on the bomb. So it's going to be a 4-man split into the B bomb site. I think Fallen might be on the way there with Phelps in a forward position.
Taco, oh, that flashbang timing is absolutely phenomenal there. Taco caught out, frag due to that. And now Ethan will take down coldzera as well. The bomb site has been overrun by terrorist players of CLG. And it will be just Fallen and Phelps left. And it's going to be hard for them to do anything without any grenades here. No Kevlar on Fallen for him to be able to take shots, even. I'll try to get something as these players exit. And it's important to do this as well, just because if Fallen gets a kill here or if he gets a shot off, all of a sudden it's much harder for CLG to hunt down Fallen and Phelps because they have to worry about every single corner. He could be posted up behind anyone from that point. So he's able to help protect himself and his teammate. But that said, no one runs into him. And maybe Phelps is going to have a problem here. We'll see. He's got an AWP. Oh, Ascope must be hurt here. They're running. Oh, perhaps not. 4-5. SK now down 1 round as CLG take the lead.
CLG is playing solid here at the moment. What SK needs to do is they need to either, I was going to say be slightly more aggressive in the beginning, but they've been doing a good job of that. They need to either save more utility for those late round executes from CLG, or even more preferable, go for some mid-round aggression. Try to get a good read where CLG is grouped up and then pop flash a player where their weak spot is, get a kill or at least get some map information so you can rotate to the correct bomb site. For example, flash a player out Monster. Right now, that would be a good move, obviously. I mean, they can't know for sure, but something along those lines. Or a delayed toilet retake with 3 players or 4. Take a risk that way. Because CLG seems to be doing a good job of just playing that slow default style and that going on for a late round execute after that.
Well, there's action towards long from both teams. Fur moving up, and it may be that they set up, yeah, Fallen's going to be the initial peeker with Fur playing close. So, Fallen takes a shot. Fur's going to clean up if there is any cleaning to be required. That's the plan. But how can CLG deal with it? That smoke, is it gone too deep? Oh, that is perfect timing from CLG. Ruining everything for SK. SK just facing problem after problem, but will they be able to adjust? That is the question. I feel like CLG have come into this well prepared.
The worst thing is they actually peeked before the smoke popped, so if Fallen just, you know, kept his crosshair on, would have gotten a kill.
That's pretty crazy from coldzera. 2 AWPs picked up now from the CLG side. Double AWP T side of overpass. Don't think I've seen that one before. 3 CTs remain, all in the CT area. No flanks to be had from these boys in blue, and they start to move away from the A bomb site. It's save territory again for SK.
East Cold stole away an AK, that's something I suppose. But yeah, it does definitely look like CLG are fairly prepared here, to say the least. And out of all the teams in North America, you could say that they are one of the hardest working, and so it makes sense that... I mean, the thing is actually about that as well is that it's not always about working hard, it's about the hard work. It's about doing the things that are actually difficult. Like, for example, studying demos and creating adaptations into your own play. That's actually very difficult and quite hard to do and very arduous.
Sounds like hard work, that.
Whereas putting in a lot of time, you know, is easy to do. So, you know, smart practice versus dumb practice, right? So don't want to overcredit time investment, but it certainly has been helping CLG.
Short B take from SK. Aggression. Trying to reduce the options. Short B is always a good area to take. It can be quite limiting. Oh, we've got B with no grenades. I love B with no grenades. One of my favorite things to do on overpass, and it works to a treat. Completely unprepared. Trapped now in short B is coldzera. What a difference that makes. Losing almost 2/3 of his life to the flames. And Ethan's looking pretty sharp as well.
This is a really good mix-up as well, based on what CLG have been essentially conditioning SK to expect from them. You know, like, for example, a few rounds ago, you couldn't really see this happening, that they would just walk in at a very fast timing without any grenades.
I could.
You could?
I actually said that's what they should do.
Yeah.
We're not paying attention to that.
You did say rush B, yeah. I remember you said they should rush B, they have to do it immediately, but
No.
they should rush B.
No, I didn't say rush B. I said they don't need to exactly rush, but they just need to switch up the pace and be more aggressive towards B. Why are you not paying attention to that? Why are you not giving me credit for this? I literally said this 3 rounds ago.
It's because Yanko's been secretly watching me playing overpass on Face It in the last few days.
Exactly.
I got 50 hours in the last week.
I think I have clinical depression now.
Wow.
Hey, the fact
For
that
watching Bardov play Counter-Strike, I think I need help.
it's the fact that I can manage 4 random people from North America enough to drag a win over the line is outstanding.
Fair enough.
3-round lead for CLG. I told you, Yanko, you weren't a believer, but I was. I was a believer.
This
Where were
game
you?
is far from over, James.
Where were you when James Bardov believed in CLG?
I was right here next to you, not believing.
Write it down, those of you at home. Get your notepads out. Good start for SK. Cutler's been taken out. Now we've got 4 men left, 2 of which have AWPs. I don't know how this works on overpass, to be honest. To be quite honest with you, TBQH.
It's certainly something that's a bit odd. I mean, the AWPs, it's hard for them to move quickly necessarily. It's hard to react if, let's say, there's an aggression close. If there's a way to
Let's
find.
say it's not
find
like it's not Cash or Mirage.
No.
So it's a lot harder for you to get those picks. So it's harder for you to peek into angles to engage. That said,
And you don't want to wait forever either.
yeah.
That's kind of the dynamic that changes as well, because you have one AWPer, you can like hold an angle, he's like trying to maybe get a pick here. Then your AKs can take ground, do stuff elsewhere. But then if half of you are AWPing in static, then it's hard to play off of that.
Speaking of static, we have a 2-man flank. Not one, but 2-man flank from SK. And again, CLG forced to move slowly because they've got 2 AWPs on the T side of overpass. And it may collapse them. It may just indeed collapse. And indeed, there we go. Indeed. It's the AWPs that are left, and it all goes to you decide.
Why do you think they're doing the double AWP here? Because obviously Rick has shown that he's very, very good with the rifles, and he's very content to rifle. I mean, do you think it's just to keep SK sort of guessing? Is it just to make it a little bit more strange to deal with? Is it a gimmick, a one-off?
I think he just
like
picked it
about
up. Like, in that round where Fallen had the AWP on long, and then it just like, well, kind of silly for me to just throw it away. Let's just play with it until I die. And see after he dies, he doesn't rebuy it.
And now the CTs have got 2 AWPs. Which is why likey. Well, that's not why. I mean, it's just, too many things can go wrong having 2 AWPs on the T side of overpass versus 1. Like if you, as example there, I mean, it's not every round you're gonna have 2 people flanking you because of a solid control of connector by the CT side, but
I guess maybe if you think that the CTs are going to get aggressive against you, there's certain ways to punish it, but...
I have an important question for Dan. What
Please go
happened
ahead.
in the previous round, Dan?
In the previous rounds,
Yes.
they got wrecked by pistols.
But why?
Because they're moving super slow.
What did SK do?
They're aggressive
But when?
early on and later on.
that reminds me of a... I don't remember.
Never mind.
That's so good. That's like when the car radio moment.
Oh, I'm done.
I hate this music.
I'm done. That
Just
reminds
next
me
time,
of I
play
don't
music.
remember.
It's fine.
Anyway, CLG are moving into the B bomb site. Disadvantaged by a man. Taco's taking some AWP damage. Are they shooting through the wall? Perhaps, or was it a grenade? Who knows? boost is in. Cold with the AWP, may have spotted something, a little something, but no kills just yet. Cutler, Kusta, and Rikke. This would be a huge round to win after the failure of the previous one. There goes Cold on the high ground. Kusta rotating to join his teammates, and that may give them that extra man factor where they're going to hold one person looking at short even though nobody's there. Do they even have a kit? Taco's got a kit, and that Taco's the last man standing. And you see, that's the extra man factor, looks towards short, but nobody's there.
Yeah, very cool rotation there from Kusta, as you said. Yeah, good thing to highlight.
That's a big round for CLG. Because the thing is, I just don't think Overpass is a type of map where 2 AWPs on T side is at all reasonable. And I feel like if people take 2 AWPs into the next round, they're never going to throw it away. But I think there's a percentage where your chances of winning the round will increase if you throw it away and buy an AK instead. But people they're not willing to do that. They're not willing to do that. Fallen is not willing to give up any more rounds. Only 5 rounds for the CT side so far. That's a great shot from Ethan, and the T's will start to back up. Try to disencourage SK from going through connector later on. But you can't disencourage SK from going anywhere or everywhere. Fallen continuing to push now. Another pick for him. And again, CLG may feel pressured to start moving into the B bomb site, but here comes the aggression from SK. One at a time. They're taking aggressions around the map. They've put themselves in a 3 versus 2. Head spotted. Too difficult for Cole to land that shot though. Smoke down. That can allow for the plant. He needs to get it quickly before the rotation comes in.
Yeah, they could actually make something of this if they were to deal with the player on shorts. And looks like the 1v1 will be lost by Cutler. Ethan tapping away. Can he do this? There's just 2 players left now as they're quickly oncoming and can't get the first frag quickly enough, and that will be the defuse for SK.
I think they waited slightly too long to re-smoke the smoke on short, because when the smoke dissipated, there was a player behind it, and Ethan was watching him with a smoke in his hand, and then his smoke hit his teammate, and then his teammate got killed. Maybe a bit quicker on there, and who knows what might have happened. 6-8 though. Fallen and Co looking to win the last round of the first half and make things pretty close. What do you think of CLG's performance so far, Yanko?
I think it's safe to say it exceeded my expectations.
Everybody comes around eventually.
Fox and CLG to rule the world together.
A lot of contestation over Suez at the moment for both teams, as it will be eventually won out by CLG, and Fallen getting caught through the smoke there on the stairs and connect there. Finesse understanding that the flank is potentially going to be abused, and it will be punished.
Just close the door on his teammate.
It's very rude.
That is extremely rude.
Well, we have the last attempt here to save the round from SK. CLG arriving with the masses here. Nice flick shot there from Cole, but the players for the trade are too close. And now it's just Taco. Just Taco against 3. It's the last round, so he's going to go for it. There's the first player spotted. So many problems here for Taco. He's got some grenades, a flashbang and an incendiary, so he has some options as he gets closer to the bomb site. But he has to make a lot of good guesses. And it will be Finesse who wins the 1v1, and that will be CLG with 9 rounds on their T side. And again, let's take note, they did lose the pistol, so they managed to come back straight away with their buy round. They got a lot of bombs planted and so on. A good showing from them. SK also, considering the kind of play that CLG threw at them, they did very well to get 6 rounds as well.
Ethan with a standout performance in that half, and his bursting and tapping was really, really nice. And you see Fallen was a big factor in some of the rounds that SK managed to get on the back foot. RSK, imagine if they lose the pistol rounds. Again, ironically, it was CLG who were the only people to defeat SK when they dropped 1 map. I think it was Season 1 of ECS, whichever one it was. Yeah, it was Season 1.
So, no, it's TSM, Cobblestone. Or what do you mean?
Yeah, it was TSM, excuse me. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me. False news.
Fake news again.
Fake news, fake stats. What's real news, though, is Yanko getting bodied in a Serbian rules pool by yours truly. You can see it on my Twitter.
Bloody hell.
Or my Instagram. Cutler in trouble. He is subject to a split by the T side. Spell will get taken out. Fallen carrying the bomb towards the A site. Phelps in the corner of the smoke. It's going to be a tough one for CLG. They might have to bide their time for a while despite having a man advantage. Look at these smokes. They're perfect.
They're good. Now it's going to be tough for CLG to get in. They're going to rush down. Oh, tags all over the place. Fallen. Oh, great work there with the pistol. Able to get 3 quick headshots, and that will be clean. Very clean by SK. Another pistol for them. And CLG, yeah, they're going to go for the force buy here.
That's an awesome pistol round, as far as the smoke grenades go.
Yeah,
that's
I agree,
awesome. Yeah. I expect people will start picking that up.
Fnatic
First
must
time
learn.
I've seen it. You what?
Fnatic must learn from this. We saw them earlier today, just 5 Kevlars, no smoke grenades, and it was their downfall in that particular game, or rather that round.
Maybe it set the tone.
Yeah. But I mean, how do you feel about force buys on this CT side of this map, Yanko? I think it can be difficult sometimes to get the value.
CT-sided maps?
On overpass, CT side overpass. Force buy after you lose pistol.
Oh, force buy.
Yeah.
I think in general, you just see that you need to plan more in force buys. You can't just like, because teams are getting better at playing anti-force buy basically. So, you know, you need to take some risks, or you need to sacrifice Kevlar in favor of utility, perhaps. The problem is that it's not so much in the force buy. It's like if you lose it and then lose the following eco, in the first gun round, your buy is going to be weak, and that can be a huge problem on overpass. You're going to be forced basically into aggression, since you won't have utility to deal like with a late round execute.
SK have handled this pretty well. They've lost only 1 player.
I think that's exactly what SK is going to do in the first gun round, unless they like end up with 3 SMGs for some reason and they don't upgrade. I think they're just going to take it super slow, clear out the map, get that map control, and then just go for most likely an A execute. Since CLG will not have the necessary like incendiaries to prevent them from doing that, to make it difficult for SK to take control of the site. That's the problem, like, you need to play with even less mistakes if your force buy doesn't really work out. You know, CLG obviously could still will have enough cash for flashes, but it's way more difficult to hit a good timing for a pop flash and, you know, get a cheeky kill or get some much needed information, right? That's probably the most difficult part of the game to pull off.
Kusta, P2000 kind of guy. The rest of his team on the silence. 3-man boost on the B-bomb sites, and why not? Why on earth not? On a round such as this.
I think this is a great example of maybe how Phelps evolved as a player with SK. He gets that 1 kill, he knows his opponents are eco, but because he was dinked, he immediately falls back and buys time for Cold to get down the stairs and get that other kill, you know. I feel Phelps from Immortals who just like keep challenging because they're equal and try to farm more cash. And this game is all about the details, James.
So we've seen what CLG can do when they're allowed to set the pace. And we've seen what SK can do when they've had enough of CLG setting the pace. And that's just on their CT side. But now SK are on the T side. The buys are coming forth. We've seen some funky stuff from CLG in the past. We've seen monster pushes. They've shown themselves to be prepared on the T side. What do they have to offer on CT? It's another kettle of fish entirely. And one that might be a lot more difficult to handle. Kusta on AWP, first round. Will he go for a pick? Going for the fountain shot. T's moving past. Giving himself a wider angle than some. I suppose your angle will depend on your reaction time as well. So Riquet playing around the pillar. And it's going to be a fast play into the B bomb site. But how many kills can the CTs get in this position? There's a team kill from Cold, taking Fox down. And that's 1 kill for FNS as well, giving it a 3v3 for a brief time. 2 CTs rotating around towards the graffiti position. Cutler with his lefty will. And Fur does a lot of damage, but no kill. I'm not sure if Kusta's position known just yet. Spotted Fallen, but he's blind, and he's against the wall. That's where he will lay. Fallen getting taken down as well, but does Cutler know where the flashbang came from? Could have been from Short B over the wall, could have been from Short B by the sandbags, could have been from outside Monster.
You have a smoke.
He don't need no smoke, Yanko. He don't need no smoke. You know why? Because CLG, man. Get with the program, Yanko. I've got a leaflet right here. You can read through it.
I was wondering about that situation because Cutler got the dink straight away, and I think was it Cold? I'm not sure who the last player was for SK, but he had just enough health not to take a dink, basically, not to survive a dink. Basically, it's a very awkward way of saying that, but you know what I mean. Like he could get one shot basically.
Yes, then I understand.
Yeah. So
I was wrong. SK didn't go for a slow A execute. They wanted to switch it up with a fast B execute, knowing there's not going to be many incendiaries to stop the monster push. And now they have a full buy AWP on Fallen, so this is where it gets tricky for CLG. They are obviously in reset territory, only 1 player being left alive, and SK is already gaining a lot of ground towards long A.
They're moving like they are running from the police at the moment.
they're running to the police, James.
Technically,
You can actually
they're
see
running
the van. You can actually see the police van.
Technically, they're running to the police, but they're running like they're running from the police. Maybe there's another set of police just outside of the minimap. Who knows? Maybe they've locked them out.
But that would
where
mean
the
they're
fences and
surrounded.
T-spawn. Perhaps they are surrounded, but perhaps they feel like they've got a better chance versus this police and that police. So they'll get there quickly, take their chances while they can. That's a great Molotov on the back of the bomb site, forcing them into exposed positions. Kusta with nowhere to go, gets taken down by Fur, and Fur is indeed the monster. 2 kills for him. Cutler around the site, the smokes, the wall of smoke is here, Dignitas style. Or rather North
style, yeah. This is a great push onto the A-bomb side from SK, and how do you deal this? How do you deal this right now from CLG's perspective on the retake? It's so impossibly hard. There's not really much in the way of utility left for SK, but at the same time, just that it's so hard to defuse from this position. You have to, as soon as SK show themselves, you have to immediately just shoot them in the face. And if you mess up those shots, you might not get other opportunities. Trays come in.
Gotta go for the defuse, man. Gotta go for that defuse. Oh, he can't find it. He can't find it. The bomb's not even covered. At least he kills everybody. Oh my god, he hasn't got time. Surely, okay, because that would have been completely ridiculous. But no. Everybody dies. Everybody falls. Everybody is assimilated, and Yanko wants production's attention. Ten to 10.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome. 10 apiece. Producer Patrick has stolen the iPad and will now return it in kind. Pistols for CLG, they've been broken like the bat, like a vase that was broken by a drunk Cloud9 player in Milan at Milan Games Week. Like, what else have we broken?
Spirits, morale, camaraderie.
Was that where Dan lost his dignity?
That happens.
Or did that happen even before that?
Pretty much every time.
I don't think he lost his dignity that time.
I mean, initially, you never regained it then.
I think I went home early at that one.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a way to keep your dignity.
It is, yeah.
Not be there for the after party.
That's why you don't to be
That's quite true.
It's not. It's not really. I just don't like drinking at all. At all. And most after parties in esports are free bar, drink,
and no chicks.
and that's about it.
Like
yeah, and
chicks.
it's a sausage fest as well, which is not, you know. If I want sausages, I'll go to a butcher.
True, but you don't get dancing sausages, which is what Dan is.
That's too much sausage for me.
What
a sentence. CLG still on the pistols. The grip of this match is slipping away from them. They've done good so far, but it's all about the W's. Just as one of the CLG guys wrote in a blog, it's all about the victories. We want victories.
Changes everything. Well, looks like they'll march it into the B bomb site. Looking to see what's going on. And it appears that it's now empty.
That's an awesome smoke. So annoying. Who knows what is behind that smoke? 2-man push through connector. And now we're into a 4 versus 1. Can't over the deal. One of the less seen deagles in the game. And now we'll see even less because he's dead. Right, it's buy time. CT side double AWPs. This is much better than the T side. I think it's fair to say. 5 AKs for SK. And you do wonder if they're expecting, because I mean SK have got more than enough money. If they're expecting double AWPs, if they're expecting 1 AWP and they just decide they're going to take it, or if they simply don't want to AWP. Which of the options will it be? It's interesting the two man stack, because 1 man can reasonably take short B with a good spawn, with a smoke over the wall and a pop flash off the wall, and then the AWP can be taken somewhere else. But this is their approach, which is also perfectly fine. So both AWPers have support from a supporting teammate, and long is the sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one thing that's really cool about CTO pass, isn't it? You have to take those gambles, take those choices, where you have to give something up, even if you have 5 players. It's a really cool part of it. But CLG, despite winning both the second pistol rather. Oh no, neither pistol. Neither pistol.
So
actually
CLG taking both pistols. Haven't won either
yeah,
pistol,
I
of
completely
course.
misremembered that. So they've missed a victory in either pistol, yet they still have 10 rounds here. But SK is finally starting to take some steam, getting some steam here behind the engine, the Brazilian engine, and that's going to make Yanko happy, as he did predict CLG to have a hard time on this map against them. And so we'll see if CLG can somehow stabilize by taking this round. It's a 3-man setup here in front of a lot of grenades. That's the first off angle dealt with. The peek from Ethan, that should have been the one to spray down more than like 1 player, but they are getting annihilated on the bomb site. SK are storming forwards, and that puts CLG in a position where they just have to save now with the rest of the players. This is starting to look quite bad for CLG, all of a sudden.
Troublesome times. Troubled times. Troubled and troublesome times.
I think the problem is like what SK did previously, right? So CLG is not in a position where they can save their utilities. What happened? They're all gone. They're all gone. What is this?
That is interesting.
What happened? James, tell us. James. They all got kicked out.
Who on earth knows? That's interesting.
So I can continue my point regarding
Go for it.
having more time. So because of the fact that SK was fairly aggressive early on, they were going for some of the faster executes. CLG does not have the luxury of basically saving utility. They need to use some of it early to prevent an execute like that from happening again. And that, that makes SK's late round execute more powerful. So what CLG needs to do in that situation is, if you're going to spend your utility early, you can't spend all of it. Like, regardless of what you think is going to happen, don't spend all of it. Save some, at least the flashes, so you can like pop flash when it's like 40, 30 seconds. Like, obviously, SK can't cover everything at that point in time. They're grouping up to hit a bomb site, so you can get, some advantage there. Pop flash in, get map information, maybe get a kill and trade if they're there, fall 1-for-1. That will still allow you to make the call and make the rotate. Or if you just get pop flashed in and you see no one there, again, you can go for the flank and your teammates can rotate to the appropriate bomb site. The thing is, in that particular round, actually CLG had a very, very strong setup against what SK was doing. It's just that they were outplayed on an individual basis, right? You saw the player on the left side of Monster turned away from a flash, which didn't really, that's the problem. That flash can only catch him. It cannot catch the SK players, so they can just push even before it pops. He has to turn, obviously. He dies. Then Ethan was a bit unlucky with his spray, he got a perfect counter flash, and then the third player, I think it was Ricky with the AWP, was kind of pinched around the pole, around the pillar at that point in time and couldn't do much. So even with the limited utility, they had a decent chance of stopping that execute, but their coordination wasn't really on point.
So how many more chances is CLG going to have here to stop
Not much.
SK? Yeah.
They're done.
You said that at the beginning of the match,
Exactly.
and they've got 10 rounds.
How many rounds do you need to win again?
A few more. Not 13
10.
rounds. Not 13 rounds either.
Okay. We'll see about that.
We'll do bowling tonight, and you can record a video of you wrecking James at bowling, Yanko.
I like how James only magically records when he wins things.
I
Even
didn't
though
record
he
it.
got crushed 3
It was
times.
recorded by vice champion Miss Harvey.
Vice champion meaning the person who like only beat you.
She was better than you.
How many times did I beat you, James?
It was Serbian.
3 times?
Wait.
Was it 3 times?
Wait.
I think it was 3 times.
I'm pretty sure the only times I lost is when I potted the black by accident.
That's the loss.
I lost to her.
That is against the rules, James.
So wait, did you beat me or did I beat myself?
What kind of a question is that?
That's a very philosophical question. You're taking this to a philosophical place.
What does that mean? Did you beat me or did I beat myself?
I crushed you
By missing some
multiple
easy
times.
shots.
Serbian rules pull, and I still hit the ball off the opposite end. You know you're just encouraging more people to witness your destruction, right? Twitter.com/James Bardolph.
Shameless
It's,
plugs, of course.
I think the second most recent
Using
tweet,
the stream for personal promotion.
the second most recent tweet, you can find Yanko's demise.
I mean, you can find how much it meant to James actually to beat me that one time, because that's a celebration I haven't seen in a long time when playing pool.
It's because
The
your
frustration
rules
has been building up with all the losses that he's had. That's why it meant so much to him.
your rules are very different to
And he also had half a beer. He was tipsy.
your rules are that's almost tipsy. I was pretty on point though. Your rules are very different to English rules, put it that way.
Yeah, you make it easy.
It's not it's more punishing. It's only easy if you're
How is it more punishing?
It's only easy if your opponent if you foul. If you don't foul, it's not easy. Because most of your differences are like if there's a foul.
I don't
right?
remember the rules of the Serbian rules.
Serbian rules, you have to pot the
I
black.
think the biggest difference is the black ball rule.
You have to pot the black
is
in
that
the pocket of the last ball you potted.
In that pocket.
Yeah.
The
in
Swedish
same
one.
pocket.
The Swedish one is the because I was playing with Patrick. The Swedish version of this is the opposite pocket of the one you last pocketed the ball in.
I also heard about that one. I mean, that's also...
That's the Swedish version apparently.
It's fine as long as it's not any pocket. Like, you can put it in any pocket. How is that a challenge? The ball is always going to be in a position to be put somewhere.
We have to shoot 7 balls in first. That's the
Sure,
challenge.
but you can get lucky with the way, you know, the balls are distributed after being broken. You can get like 3 easy shots consecutively.
I mean,
but the other player can't do anything.
yeah,
That's
but
why
that
he
just
has the
that
ability to
rewards
catch up
you.
with the
That
black
rewards
ball.
you. That's you're advocating comeback mechanics because it's a comeback mechanic, right? It makes it harder for the person who's ahead. And shouldn't they get rewarded for being ahead?
But why are they ahead
with-
in the
with
first
their-
place?
But that's because they're better.
Is it? Is that the 100% reason why they're ahead?
Well, presumably, or more drunk. One
Most of the time.
So you want to say that pool doesn't have any percentage of chance in it?
Well, it depends. It depends how you play.
Of course it does. That's why you
depends
won
how
a
you
game
play.
off me.
That's why I won more games than you want to say.
You won 1 game off me where I potted the black.
No. Are you mad? Are you just are you just like going for alternative facts at this point?
I lost 1 to you.
Alternative fact.
Did you
I
finish
lost-
that beer, James?
I
when
lost 1
wasn't
to
looking?
you. I lost 1 to Miss Harvey. And there was 1 game where I won and let you 2 play anyway because I felt sorry for you.
Just like this is actually going.
I just
live
want
on
to say
stream,
last
it's just
time-
like pure lies.
Last time that
I
I
know
played
how
with you
Trump
guys,
feels.
I beat you both. Like it was undefeated.
That was an anomaly. That was a
Yeah.
scientific anomaly
It's true though.
that cannot be explained by anyone. Miss Harvey's a good pool player though.
It can be explained by the fact that he was so desperate to win that we could not handle him crying at the game afterwards, so we let him win.
Just wait until we get our ping pong. I think we should pay for a referee
What?
for the ping pong match. Just so
Feel free to pay
Non-biased
for anything.
adjudicator.
yeah, with like lasers on the lines or whatever. You know, laser on the nets.
You want goal scoring
James.
technology?
James,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss so bad. There's no need for lasers. Naked eye can see that shit.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna destroy your ping pong. You realize that, right? So I don't know what this.
What about bowling though?
Bowling. Bowling.
I reckon I'll beat you both in bowling.
But
as well.
bowling, I think, as far as we are concerned, is essentially random. So I don't think I'm
No, it's
good.
not.
I don't think I'm good at bowling.
It's more consistent than the other two, I'd say.
Well, of course, it's not.
What,
Not for us.
What do you mean?
How can bowling be more consistent than?
It's not that hard.
All right, let's see.
It's not that hard.
I feel
It's just one ball and just throw it into a bunch of stuff. It's so easy.
Down-
it's like you can't.
Yeah, it's easy to hit them
No, it's just like get it down the middle.
and score as many
The
points as
only
possible.
random thing I think is like when you get it down the middle, and then you hit the middle. Like if it's like off to left or right slightly, maybe it's gonna leave a couple instead of just striking or
I
something.
think we are the random element in that we are unskilled bowling players.
Right.
Unless you think you're a skilled bowling player, maybe you are, but I don't think I am.
But isn't that the entire point of all of this? Is that to prove that you're more skilled than somebody else, and that's the entire point.
Well, with bowling, for me, it's not proving I'm more skilled. It is.
That's the fun, though. That's
It
the
is try- it
that's the
is-
winning is the fun.
No, it's fun because
Winning is everything.
It's fun because I'm trying to score more points, but I don't really have a particular stratego. I'm just a random pleb. That's why it's fun.
Stratego.
Stratego.
It's actually
Do we have an update as to what is going on right now?
Yes, James, you've been talking so much nonsense and you've been spewing lies live on stream that we're going to have to switch to something else, which is me educating you fools on CS.
Yanko, analyze away, my friend.
So, give me my screen. Give me that. Yes.
Boom.
Ooh, even a nice little bumper. So this is a gun round. This is what happens when you let your opponent take full map control and when you don't like rotate out in time, basically. Why is this not moving? Hello? Hello? Guys. Guys,
Broken it, Yanko.
you messed something up. It's working for me. It's moving for me. Why is it not moving on this screen?
There we go.
That's definitely not the round.
Well done, Yanko.
You have to go to number 18. Nice. Okay, just play it and I'll talk over it. Because James apparently decided to sabotage my equipment.
It's my
Because
iPad.
Never mind. So, as you can see, SK is pretty much spread around the map, but Fallen and Fur are actually really aggressive in ascertaining long control. You can see the CLG on the other side of things is moving more aggressive towards water. Ku stays in toilets, but he doesn't see anything, so they're going to fall back. Call Zero joins Fur and Fallen. Phelps and Taco now get the call to move their asses towards short A, basically, and they will set up for an execute. And this is, now you'll see how when you have a good execute in place towards A, it's very difficult to defend against it when your opponents are passive. And you can see that also the utility is limited a little bit on the CLG side. Even with that, Cutler and Kusta both have incendiaries and they're both on A. You can see the smokes flying in for SK. Smokes cover everything. The Molotovs behind the site as well negate multiple of angles that SK would be very worried about, and they just throw great pop flashes in. Why is this happening? Why are you, again, James, is sabotaging me and distracting me? I cannot work in these conditions. SK is better than CLG. CLG sucks, James. They're going to lose.
Wow.
Take that.
Can't believe you've done this. This iPad's cool. Look, I'm going to draw a smiley face.
I guess it only works in your hands.
Nice.
Well then.
See how you like it when someone puts you off their game. You do that to Dan every outgo.
He loves it. Doing it to
Now
host.
your analysis gets wrecked.
That's
I
his
kept it
hobby, though.
composed.
I respect that. I respect that.
What's going on,
I
Dan?
ended
What's going
on high.
on? What's happening?
I
think we're taking a break, James.
Yeah, but what's happening in the server?
Can we please
What's
talk?
happening, Pretty Patrick? Where are we at?
Let's talk. Let's fill. Actually, no. Let's go to break. I can watch 24.
Okay. I'm just getting the call for the break and no information.
Do it now.
All right, I guess we're taking a break and we'll be back very shortly, hopefully with an update and the rest of the match. See you very soon.
Do you play Counter-Strike? Do you want to play with the pros? Do you want to play against this guy?
Going in for his team.
Or this guy? Perhaps even this guy? Okay, maybe not him. Sign up now to Faceit.com and take your game to the next level. Play against the pros only at Faceit.com.
My name is Forrest.
I'm GetRight.
Freiberg. You want to beat an old timer like me?
Come try us at Faceit.com.
The home of all the good stuff.
It's godlike, man. That was a fantastic play.
You can be my saving light.
Bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around, up and down on that stage as your future vibes. Bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around, up and down on that stage as your future vibes.
Let's run away. Pack your things and let's get away. Today's your day. Don't be afraid to get crazy. You'll see anything you wanna see. You can be anything you wanna be. Waiting for the weekend, when all our dreams come true. I don't care what we do, as long as I'm with you. Waiting for the weekend, ready to be with you, so we can party like it's never gonna end. Low. So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. Cause we all get lost sometimes, you know. It's how we learn and how we grow. And I wanna live until I'm old. You shouldn't be fighting on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with on the rocking boat. I just wanna stay afloat. I'm all alone. And I hope someone come and take me home. Somewhere I can rest my soul. I need to know you won't let go.
Yo, G, what up? Who's this pretty blonde chick taking bong rips? Park Ave, catching a cab the next morning. We party hard last night, I'm fucking exhausted. Headed back to my hood, I'm feeling nauseous. She said someone broke her heart, and now she's cautious. She thinks the fact that I'm a broke rapper is awesome. Tennis lessons, I wonder what those Lacoste did. So shout out to all the Rachels and Laurens, mine players in the wintertime. 3 courses for dinner time, VIP, Patron and lime, smoking weed while we drinking wine. Me packing district, there was a line. Oh, we must have skipped it, or she must have sniffed it. Living recklessly, she said to me. She said to me,
You won't need a real job because I would love to pay for you.
pay for me, yeah.
Be a good man to me.
I could do that, yeah, I could do that.
I would love to pay for you. You are made for me.
Walking out of Barney's, copping hella shit. Care for this lamb skin is delicate. Paid like I'm selling it, but it's on my bitch, she's benevolent. 5 racks on my outfit, man, that's an estimate. Young and we decadent, she don't give a fuck, so I'm spinning it. See, her pop's a politician, he was busy trying to balance out the deficit, while me and her were in his Mercedes, all affectionate. Shit, I'm just young and living life, man. Bad decisions, I ain't worried about the right plan. Every night I'm pulling Trojans out the nightstand, cause every night I'm pulling bitches from a mic stand.
Okay, here we go. Freestyle Friday number 9. Now, before you jump the gun on anything, this is supposed to be like a house party type song like 2004, so sing along when you can. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors. Madman, old 10 Don Drapers. Cut the jukebox on, make the woofers blow. We gon' sit here until all them heifers go. Holler at the tens and spend a little dough. Not on them, no, they can buy their own drinks. Take that work week off, 5 days in the bucket. Fuck it, you got a boss who's a jerk who doesn't. Throw on some Wu-Tang, bring the motherfucking ruckus. There is no pretext. We are living and we love it on a budget, never mind. We just nudge it to the side, give the kids a little time. We are living till we die. Focused and we hustle, but we still be getting high. No exception to the rule, do what you do to get by. Cause the clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck.
So this is not good for SK then. They've seen better anti-eco rounds in their day.
They definitely have. But will James see a CLG victory?
Definitely not.
It seems unlikely, but it's Counter-Strike.
There's always a chance.
Game of two halves.
It is a game of two halves, yes. Any given Sunday you either win or you lose games.
2 AWPs again for the CT side. Putting 3 people in B to start off with. Maybe a precaution in case of a fast round from the Ts. Fur is in a position where Bardoff Molotov would absolutely kill him, but instead he'll kill 2 CLG players. Telling you, man, flashbang over the wall, a Molotov off the corner of Graffiti. Fur doesn't know, plays dying. But instead, it's the chances of CLG to win this match which are dying. If you have stuck with us during these delays, then thank you for staying tuned in. Hope you enjoyed the esports music. More matches to come today. SK look good for match points.
Of course they do, James.
They do indeed.
For those of you just tuning in, my prediction for this game was that SK is going to win. James's was that CLG is going to win.
That is a half
So
truth.
there you can
at
see
best.
the difference between an analyst and commentator. The analysts know their stuff.
You
The
said they'd get
commentators just shout about the game, about what's on the screen.
You said they would get crushed, and I strongly disagreed, and I was correct, and you were wrong. Although you have tried to shape the facts to do your bidding.
Just like your Instagram video, James.
But the but the truth will prevail. Truth will prevail. CLG can drop for their teammates of what they've saved, so they're in a position to do something. But can they? That is the ultimate question. SK with a massive 2K in short B, which put them on the path to the match point they're at now.
Damn.
2 AWPs on the T side from SK. That is curious. We'll see if they have a skill-based approach to this. Fallen going to lose the first duel. And that's not an easy duel for the CTs to take, but the bunny hopping will certainly help from Ricky.
Shouldn't it be kangaroo hopping for Ricky?
If you want to make a kangaroo hopping, Dan, don't let me stop you.
Okay. Ricky peeking with the flash.
I mean, if you could have said chunks of death, then you could pretty much say anything you'd like in a broadcast.
This is established. A true fact, as opposed to a false fact.
Keep going. You're doing great.
So far, looking to push a long, and SK had the bomb dropped at the moment with 50 seconds left to go. So they need to start thinking about, oh, that's a bit awkward. Color does take down Furt. Furt not checking the close positions and is punished. And looks like SK could be in trouble, but Cold Zero comes in to try to bail them out. Trying to punch an opening into one of the bomb sites. Obviously, there's not too many players left now for CLG. Their defense is thin, and even thinner still on the A site. It's just completely gone at this point. Rotation should be in store now, as it should be obvious that SK will finish or try and finish this round and this map on the A bomb site.
Late rotation from the CTs. I think SK just allowed them to make mistakes to put SK in this position, the position to win. So 3v2 though, by no means is the round over. That's a shot that Cold should have surely landed. Won't miss a second time though. And it's down to Ethan, but he can't do it either. So indeed, SK will take the first game 16-10 over CLG. Valiant effort from CLG, but not enough in the end.
I'd consider it more a crushing defeat, but semantics, one would say. And great game sense from Cold Zero in that round, getting the call from his teammate that CLG was in a setup towards A long. So after he gets the kill on Ricky, he knows that Cutler is there as well, and pretty much just plays the patience game and waits it out. Gets the kill. SK gets the entrance into the bomb site with that, and yeah, it was unfortunately a very extended game due to the technical problems that we've experienced, but CLG actually were doing all right in that first half. They were doing a good job on the T side, but they just couldn't find a way to handle SK when they got to play on the T side. Their aggression really dismantled any defense CLG would put up. The testament to that being the fact that they've only won one gun round in the second half, James, on the CT side of Overpass.
They also won both pistols, which we probably highlighted.
Who
So,
did? Dan.
CLG.
Did they?
No, they didn't. I did it again.
You did it
again.
twice
Yeah.
in one game.
I know, it's pretty impressive, isn't
That's
it?
outstanding.
You're
Over
not
the course
really a
of
good
2
host,
hours.
Dan. Are you?
Hey, that's casting.
Give me the
My
paper. I'm
hosting
gonna be a host.
immaculate.
Give me that.
Do you really want these?
Give me that.
But they won't tell you anything. I've written them in code.
I know, but that will just mean that I am the host.
Okay.
Don't forget to buy tickets for the LAN finals, wembley.csgoleague.com. We have some great stretch goals. Next one is, I think, players participating in a quiz. That way you get to see them embarrass themselves live. We will also have a super weekend here, games live at the Esports Arena in Santa Ana. You can also join us for that. We'll have SK, we'll have Immortals, we'll have CLG again, so you get to see them face off actually live. The tickets are also available for that. I believe it's 15 for one day, 25 for both days combined. So you get to experience some high-level CS and also some really questionable casting from Dan, James, and myself. That being said, now we're going to finish this series with the second map, which is going to be Cash. Dan, what can you tell me about Cash between these two teams?
Well, I think Cash is going to be an interesting one because it's one of them.
Thank you, James. What do you think?
It's going to be great. It's going to be really good.
Okay, back to you, Dan.
I'm so afraid. It's just. I know what you're doing. As soon as I start talking, you're going to interrupt me. That's your thing. I don't know if I should take him seriously, James. What should I do?
Don't look at me. You're an adult now.
I'm not. Well, either way, I think it's going to be a good map for CLG just because of the nature of Cash. If you're a team that likes to prepare a lot, and also a team that has players like Ricky and Kusto on it, they are great players for that type of map. They're both able to open things up pretty effectively. Of course, Kusto is in a position where he can actually be a dedicated AWPer. He's been doing great at that, been putting up good numbers. There's many ways to use him. Finesse seems to be the kind of leader as well that likes to have like a level of structure, but they also have the work ethic to put in there as well. And because it's not, as we already covered, not one of SK's most standout maps, it's a great battleground for their preparation, their sheer level of preparation to really shine, because you can get a lot done with a lot of, let's say, just tactical play, having a very good understanding of when to take map control and how to use it, how to develop it. And also, even though they're a newer lineup, because they've been putting so much work in and because it seems like they've been glued together quite well, I feel as though it's a map where they will be able to play off of each other quite well. So for example, when you get into those mid-round situations where one team that they might have, let's say, okay, we have this idea to take map control, or we have this set piece that we can run, they might get set into disarray after a while because maybe one thing goes wrong, or as the round gets drawn out, they don't know how to handle it. But I feel as though from what I've seen from CLG so far, they seem to account for the plan B, the plan C, the plan D. They seem to be a well thought out team so far. So I feel like it's one of the better maps. You can see why it's their pick.
I think the biggest problem for them is that I think the skill on SK might be too great for them to topple, ultimately. And it's up to them to upset us.
Do you think the CLG has the second strongest double op setup in NA behind SK?
What are the other notable ones? I can't think of them right now.
Exactly.
Then possibly, I mean, I don't know how established it is to even say that that question can be answered right now, because we've seen them do it here and there, but I don't think it's established like Fallen and Cold are, for example. So I'd say that they haven't developed into that stage yet to be in the contention for something like that.
Yes, Dan, you have something to say. Please do.
I was just going to say, I think SK already with the last map have shown that they kind of understand how to deal with the T sides of CLG, because like what I was saying about them being a team which they can have structure, they can have that methodical approach. The thing that they seem to not be as good at, where like a team like SK, a top tier team, can do, is SK can get aggressive and they can just make plays. Like every single player on the team can just go out and make plays and be very disruptive. And I think against that style of play, I think CLG will struggle more against the likes of SK. So I think that's what I'll be looking for from SK to basically dismantle CLG. That's where the difference is for me, at least the winning condition, let's say.
Will CLG be able to fight off the playmaking capabilities of SK? Find out after the break.
Do you play Counter-Strike? Do you want to play with the pros? Do you want to play against this guy?
Going in for his team.
Or this guy? Perhaps even this guy. Okay, maybe not him. Sign up now to Faceit.com and take your game to the next level. Play against the pros only at Faceit.com.
My name is Forrest.
I'm GetRight. Freiburg.
You want to beat an old timer like me?
Come try us at Faceit.com.
The home of all the good stuff.
Fantastic play.
Some observations during the European show that Fnatic, I think it was on Train,
Yep.
where they had 5 dudes of Kevlar, and that was it.
And they're just trying to take fights long range with against USPs. Seems very counterintuitive.
It's not a recommended stratego.
No, it's not all that good.
So while this match is going on, Renegades versus Immortals is happening at the same time because the issues with Steam essentially delayed the broadcast by an entire hour, so we have that game happening simultaneously to this one. But we're going to stay with this one. If this one finishes early, we'll move on to the other one. And then we will finish with the final game of the evening.
And they will also pause that other game on match point, just so we can step back in and see it
how
live on
nice.
stream.
How nice of them. Fallen with a quick peek, and that smoke will delay the T's in main, who don't seem to be aware of the push, or are they? FNS must have heard it. He's got the call. So what do they do now, CLG? SK not allowing them to play their game. In the meantime, Ethan just hopping around, shooting people in the head as well. Casually. Now we've got Phelps stuck at the back. 2 kills for Ethan so far. And the bomb is getting planted for the vents.
Bomb has been planterized, and we have Fallen sort of just pressuring, buying some time for his teammates, but the flank from Cutler is going to be quite dangerous. Could this be a pistol round for CLG? This is going to help. Could even bring out the knife, but he's going to play it safe. He's going to pick up the kill immediately with the pistol, and that leaves Taco, but not for long. He has left the building. 1-0, CLG picking up the T-pistol, and SK Gaming going for a force buy.
You've been talking about CLG winning pistols for so long, they actually decided to oblige you then.
That's very nice of them.
You have divine power.
You could say it was crushing. Yeah, okay. It's a crushing pistol. Right?
One could say that, James, I agree. It's a nice word. Crushing.
Now we have to take note of, again, like the hard work that CLG have been putting in, the kind of methodology they have. They should be good at rounds like this. The anti-force buy round, the anti-eco rounds, these should be rounds that they convert on pretty effectively, and we should see some of the most routines play from them. And already we see that they've gotten Cutler into middle, and he's playing the ranges with the AK, cleaned out the close spots, which is really cool because you start off the round with at least some map control. Sometimes teams play on the outskirts so much that then if something goes wrong or they lose a man, they suddenly realize, oh, we don't have map control, and then there's a lot more problems. But they at least have Cutler in those close positions on middle. Setting up the Molotovs now for the A site as well, flushing out players one by one. Gold0 able to get 2 kills there with the Deagle. That's very nice work.
How do they have no grenade for that position? That's like one of the 2 spots you have grenades for on the A site.
Oh dear.
I think there's some holes in the approach.
Whenever I see like people buy an AK and no nades, just with armor, that tells me the anti-force buy is not properly planned. Like, you should always go for the UMP. In that situation, sure, like, you have like, okay, I have an AK, boost me up, and I'm gonna look for duels, and that's fine. But what if you don't find any, and then you're supposed to push into the bomb site, and the other utility has maybe already been spent, and you just get close range and you get wrecked by pistols. So something that maybe they can look back at and still work on.
Yeah, definitely a fan of more nades as well. And this time they'll have enough nades to flush out their pistoling opponents from their hidey holes, from the nooks and crannies, the corners, and all manner of positions there on the bomb sites have now been evacuated. CLG with only just a single man dead. They got the bomb down. So this looks a lot better this round so far.
What is your favorite position then?
To play on CT side, on Cash?
Yes, on the A-bomb side.
On the A-bomb side specifically?
Yes.
Depends on what's going on. Depends on what I'm holding, what's been happening in the rounds, what my teammates have.
Can you just
how many
name
nades
one
I
position?
Have. No, I can't because it's very... That's like...
Anyone else could just name a position.
That's like you asking Yanko, so do you prefer if the AWPer saves his money or goes to force buy? And then Yanko gave you a similarly ambiguous
What is your favorite
answer.
position on the A-bomb site?
I just said yes.
You definitely didn't say that. I don't have a favorite position. It just literally just depends what I have.
So you're basically free floating around. You can do whatever.
You
can do whatever is required from you.
Yeah, I don't really like.
I don't have a favorite position. Then is the answer, as opposed to, well, it depends on how many grenades I have or what the situation is.
Yeah.
That means you don't have a favorite. Buy round. Buy round. Buy round. 5 AKs for the CLG side. No smoke in main. Maybe the CTs don't want to give CLG something to execute behind. Maybe it is because Fallen has an AWP. However, he is towards mid. Who knows? Maybe there's one there earlier. There isn't one there right now, though. CLG playing it slow as we see they like to. One of the things that has developed, thanks to the extra seconds in the round, is lots of nothing. Lots of waiting. Waiting for the CTs to use all their grenades. All the smokes from the T side and 4 flashbangs before they start emerging into mid. That's quite reasonable, all things considered, for mid on Cash. Because often you expect 1 or 2, but you're not going to expect 4. Cold Zero of the off angle. FNS going towards headshot. There is a trade though. Fallen in the meantime taking Cutler down, and he will be dispatched up as well. We've still got Phelps on the site using a position we've seen Rops use as well recently for Mouse Sports. And for the CT side, that will be enough to take things over the line. They get their first round on the board, surviving with 2 players.
And something that also needs to be noted, actually with both of these teams, is that they both have gaming houses, actually, and they're both actually, all sitting next to each other, which is obviously going to have positive impact on your gameplay, on your communication, and on your rotations. So that's an advantage that they have playing in these online leagues. Something that not every team has.
Some teams prefer not to have it as well.
Well, SK doesn't really have a choice, do they?
Yeah. Just waiting to essentially explode onto the B-bomb side at this point is CLG. Smoke grenade, only smoke grenade, sole smoke grenade has been tossed now as well. And this should make it very obvious what's coming. And all the players spotted good counter grenades coming in. Still though, Ricky able to get the drive-by frag with the Tech 9 as now Phelps peeks from the checkered position. The crossfire is available, and that will yield 1 trade frag. Ooh, nice chunky damage from the nades. Ricky and Ethan very, very low at this point, and there is the finishing series of shots from Fur, and that's going to be a 2-3 scoreline now. SK coming back into this one, but it's AK time once again.
Still good damage from CLG, considering they were on an eco that they didn't have any armor. And we see that Kusta actually goes for the UMP and all nades over an AK. That tells me that probably because he only didn't have enough money for a Molotov or like all flashes. So that tells me they probably want to go into a set execute where he needs to throw a particular set of nades. Let's see. So that tells me they probably want to go into a set
if that does happen.
That's a bad miss.
Yeah, I'm quite curious now, because obviously if they boost up there, it's quite nice when the set piece comes in. But there is an aggression towards B storage now, so yeah, SK, this is a level of proactive and aggressive play that can really help to put them ahead against CLG, and they've already dropped the man. There is an aggression towards B storage now, talking about them having the integrity to the grenades to pull off a set piece, now maybe they are quite literally going to plan B, because we have them going away from A now. That said, you can use a huge amount of Molotovs on this side of the map as well. Clear out checkers, couple for checkers, couple on the bomb site. So all kinds of uses for Molotovs. Good catch there from Cutler, for perhaps a bit over-eager, but he does get the info for his team.
Yes, but this is a situation where CLG still has enough time to rotate back, so the information is not as valuable as one might think. And yeah, unnecessary from Fur to try to flank all the way with so much time remaining. Gets punished for it.
Speaking of time remaining, there's 20 seconds.
This is a good call. I love this. This is a good call. It's a fake.
They're walking, I know it's a fake, but they're walking the bomb squeaky, and they're going to be entering the site with 10 seconds.
Fine.
We'll see if it's fine, because Taco's on the highway.
James, tell is fine.
And he spotted the bomb, and FNS was considering going. I don't know where he was going with the bomb there. Taco taken down though, so indeed the fake is working out. Fallen over towards the car position, but how does he get back onto the site? They're facing a crossfire, and there's a player in mid as well for the T side, hiding on the corner, wasting time, not facing, being a pain. No flashes for the team to allow him to peek, but Ethan will at least trade.
Didn't I tell you it's fine, James?
I suppose you're right, Yanko.
Didn't we establish that you should not question me?
Taco had a... Okay, keep going, go on.
No, the reason why I love this call is there's little time left, so they already killed Fur, who was on the flank. That, you know, they could have probably guessed that no one else is going to try and flank after that. And in a 4v4 situation with so little time remaining, the CTs are going to feel a little bit pressured to over-rotate. So going all the way to Squeaky was actually a good call, and we can see by the result as well, it was well played from that point on by CLG. They completely baited SK into that one. So props to
You said they crushed them
FNS
in that round.
That was a crushing fake, Dan.
Nice.
That was a crushing fake.
He's coming around, James.
Because obviously if you do it at 30 seconds, there's not that much reason for you to rotate. But when they start at like 20, then you're thinking, okay, there's no way they're like gonna fake. But they do, and you're wrecked. You're crushed.
Oh, well, this could be good. Cutler might be catching the aggression here. Elevated position, misses all his shots though, but his teammates do have the info and they're looking for 2 CTs, but Fur and et al. Are not going to overstep.
It's Taco. Taco plays A.
Fur and just...
I want to say et al.
It is and.
Et al. No, et al. Et al. means and.
That's what I'm saying. You said and et al. So you said and.
You got me. It's not a good day for me. I didn't sleep almost anything, so.
Why is that?
Then I just couldn't sleep.
So them late night channels in the hotel room. That.
3 versus 5 for CLG. I don't have any wits today, so I'm not even going to try.
Right, we'll leave you alone today. Well,
if it's just today, then it's fine.
CLG collapsing in this round. We've had a lot of collapsing metaphors. I don't have one right now, though. I'm also tired. Kusta and Ethan moving towards the A side, or at least Ethan is. There's Kusta taking a flank down. That's the bomb spotted in Z connector. So where do the CT... I mean, CTs can pretty much tighten the net in every direction once they spot the bomb. Ethan, he was looking pretty sharp. Oh my god. Kusta, can he make it? No, there's no time. There's no time. Ethan, abort mission, abort mission. I was going to say, he was looking pretty sharp on the previous map, doing well with the headshots. And he continues to be looking that way. On this map, 7 kills so far. Rookay's got 8 though. FNS yet to frag.
He did have some great calls. Yeah, very important round obviously for CLG. Now their money is reset, but because of Ethan saving that AK, they decide to force back into it. Fallen on the other side has the AWP in hand. 2 UMPs, Fur and Taco, but they have all the utility. They're really sticking together early on, Fur and Taco.
Dynamic
Whatever
duo.
they do together, James.
Dynamism.
Just like you and that.
It's nice
More
to
or
see that, like, setting up plays like that on A, being really active in that way. It's always fun. And then CLG don't have almost any grenades this round. 3 smokes and a flash, so
They also live together like you and that.
they're going to be somewhat committed after they throw these smokes to act upon them whilst they are bloomed. Oh, that's a very good pick. Smoke goes down though defensively just before that happens, so that will shut off that avenue just for the moment. But a 5 versus 4 for CLG in this position is really good. Again, they've got 2 smokes left now and a flash. Where are they going to decide to end up here? They are all gravitating towards A. Attacker indeed. Kusta trying to essentially see if he can get a pick, try to waste some time, try to delay any rotation. It's not worked too well, but it's now 4v4, very handleable, very manageable here for CLG as it gets manhandled by the defense. Taco and Fur just going ham there. Oh dear. Cutler against 4. Any additional damage perhaps? What's he got?
Do they wait him out? 7 seconds. Doesn't seem so. Finish the job. That's the main focus for SK. Cutler does not want to go into a round like this with $100 in the bank, that's for sure. So it was on him to try and be killed ultimately. Or take as many out as possible. First picked up his fabled, infamous MP9, his notorious. But there's nobody in mid for this round for SK. Perhaps expecting a fast play from CRG, and if they were, then they made the right read, because we've got loads of people going towards Squeaky, and out they come. Taco and Fallen, Crossfire with making a cameo appearance. There's a brief round. SK in the lead now, 5-4. AK is coming out. Kustar doesn't have the cash for an AWP. He'll go for the AK. I was wondering if the Krieg might come out, but no. Yanko, when you walked, did you change your zoom sensitivity ratio?
Yeah.
So what was it?
It was lower than my real sense.
Yeah, so mine's 0.79. Guardian, I know Guardian changes his as well, but I don't know what his is. For those of you who have no idea,
isn't it?
I think every opter has a zoom sensitivity that's lower than his natural sense.
For those of you who don't know what a zoom sensitivity ratio is, it changes your mouse sensitivity when you are scoped in on a scoping weapon in Counter-Strike.
I mean, it's logical that it's lower than your sensitivity because the field of view that you have is smaller because you're zoomed in, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that kind of compensates for the difference.
So this is a bit of a struggle for COG at this point, to be honest. 1v1 loss that really needed to go the way of COG. That would have been a 3v3 situation, but instead, no mid control and just 2 players left taking 1v1s towards A, and not even able to peek before he gets tagged. So life is tough, life is hard, and SK are looking pretty confident now, and we're gonna get the flank coming in. Should be the end of the round. There you go. Phelps picks up the frag. 6-2-4, and we've got quite a streak here. Nice round from Ferg, getting picking up 4 kills. So he's having a crazy good game at the moment. He's got 17 frags already. 17 for 5 is Fer. We get a pause coming in. COG might be considering changing something at this point. I mean, how would you interpret COG's position, Yanko? What do they want to do here? They're up against double ores. You know, you're thinking about running set pieces against those.
Yeah, exactly, and execute heavy play style. The thing is, they don't actually play. I mean, Fallen plays mid generally, right? It's not like he's on the A bomb side, so that Cold is on B, right? It's not that 1-3-1 setup, but maybe he can adjust, maybe he will adjust and go towards A. If that's the case, yes, you probably want an explosive, fast-paced, execute-heavy setup so that you don't get picked off by the AWP, you negate its influence by the utility, and then it's also fairly difficult to retake with the AWP. Although Cash is a fairly open map. It's difficult to retake on B, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Big damage coming in from that grenade. Cold 0 of 1 kill. Can Phelps clean up if he plays around the smoke, which he is. Going through the smoke, in fact. That might be a safer position for the time being. I think he just got shot by his teammate. He can't find anybody to shoot. But the rest of his team will clean up. 3 players taken down. Indeed, Fallen did shoot Phelps as he emerged from the smoke. But they've got enough money to weather that storm. CLG back on the cash. See, now look at Rick's spawn. If I'm CLG, I'm throwing Kustas up to Rick so we can go for the pick mid. Maybe they don't want to do it against SK specifically, but it's one of the best spawns you can have. And indeed, Cold moving straight to that position with his knife out. So that was all but guaranteed a free kill for CLG.
Oh, we're getting the flash play. Perhaps they're just a
Bang.
peek. Wow, that's quite the shot there. Really expecting that, ready for it, Kusta. And now, he's been having an amazing game so far. He's got a bit more pressure on him. He's somewhat alone on the A-bomb side at the moment. But do COG want to barrel their way in? There's a lot of players here looking for a pick potentially, or maybe even looking for a retake of the A main position from the CTs.
CLG needs to molly the forklift position in general. when they go for executes. On some of the previous rounds, they had next to no grenades, so they couldn't actually do it. But here they've got 3 mollies. I would like to see one in that direction.
And now CLG is just playing the waiting game, seeing if there's a response from SK. You would expect that. SK being so proactive so far in this game that it's very reasonable to expect something. And Rick is looking for that flank. Maybe there's a player that would push mid or a counter boost, something. They're very wary for that CLG, but eventually they'll just have to go. And SK have decided just to hold. And it's largely due to the fact that they have these double orbs that they are looked to rely upon. But if this set piece does come in, it could be quite problematic. And there it is, there's the flank, finally. Ricken not ready for that one. In comes the push.
No smoke, but there is a flash. That's a 2-man spray down for Fur. Can close the door if he wants to, but he wants to fight instead. Still, SK with lots of advantages here. Men, time, bomb being on the floor. And now it's Kuster alone looking to trade his teammate. But we've got a CT going up the ladder. 10 seconds, and Kuster standing in the middle of the site. I think it might be time to consider evasive action, sir. There it is.
I really like this approach from SK. Again, you can see it. It feels like they're out-reading CLG in that round. I mean, do you get the same interpretation?
Of course. I mean, they were in a man. They were a man down, but they still out-rotated CLG. Phelps they had to take a risk. They got the correct read, pushed B, and got the flank in just the right time. And also then great team play on the A bomb side, the pop flash for... No, Taco was dead. Fur, I think it was for Fur, yeah. And then he was able to get multiple kills. So just great team play, great calls from SK, great rotations. And now they're actually switching things up, playing the retake on the A bomb side.
Yeah, so free sight for the CLG guys. Molotov will delay the bomb plants. And there are more mollies to come, but the push is starting to come in. From the CT side, Ricky over the smoke. Gets his bell rung, but he's got the AK. Phelps charging through. Kuster with a grenade in his hand, gets taken down. Quad hold is not spectacular at the moment. Grenades all over the place, but it's 2 AWPs to try and hold things down here. And now it's Cold Zero alone versus 4. So many close to almost have kills. There's only 1 man down for CLG.
I mean, that was an example of SK just getting overzealous. First Fur, then Phelps like, flash me in, I got this. There was actually no reason to do so. You played for the retake, just concede the bomb site, wait for all of their smokes to dissipate, and then you can use your own utility to execute that retake properly. I think that was just them having a little bit of fun.
And I think they knew the A set piece was coming as well right from the beginning of the round. They probably had a strong prediction on that to then just immediately fall into that retake setup. Again, showing I think that they have somewhat of a read on CLG, but it is, you know, again, if you have the double ops, you know that one of the weaknesses is the set pieces, so you have to be ready for those plays. SK ready for action on B storage, perhaps. CLG trying to mix things up now. Cold moving back into the bomb site, and he's got no one to give him a hand at the moment. The SK side have left him on his own on B, and the walk-in perhaps is happening for CLG. Are they just going to walk it? So PR and Rick is going to win the 1 versus 1 against Cold, and that's an open B bomb site.
Second last round of the half. SK, what will you choose to do? They're positioning, they're readying themselves. They've got a flank coming in through T-spawn from Taco, and he might catch FNS off guard unless he makes sound cues. So we'll see how this one goes. Yep, FNS ready for it, and that might be safe territory for SK. 5 versus 3, not that much money, and indeed the Brazilian side will start to retreat, to back off, to get the hell out of Dodge. 8-6 will soon be the score. String of rounds here. S6 in a row for SK, but this is CLG territory. Getting their consecutive round on the board, and then they'll look for one more. We'll see what kind of buy SK have to come. Already with a UMP and a FAMAS for this round, so not looking good for them.
I think that was a pretty good timing from CLG, because they decided to poke into B, and it was weak due to the fact that SK Gaming decided to play 2-2-1 and were pressuring A-Main, trying to get information there. But CLG managed to move in and take the 1v1, the trade type situation, just before SK were in a position to actually respond to the information they were gathering. So they found a really good window of timing there, did CLG. It's not always the easiest thing to do, and completely smashed the rotation. Ooh, get the boost hit. You can spot the white box. Or even the players who are boosted up on the CT side, the counter boost. If they're just hiding there and waiting, you can actually see them, I think, as well. And nice couple kills from Fallen. Oh dear, not a good look here for CLG.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that, Yanko? CLG having problems.
Kusta was position known. And now he'll be buried in an unknown grave. FNS. 1 versus 4. Is that his first kill of the half?
I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, no, excuse me. He's got 2 more. All right, then. Let's see if he can double his tally. He's got 1 minute with which to do it. Cold is positioned in Sunroom for any rotation in that direction. So he's got a chance for the 1 versus 1. So if this door is closed... Okay, the door is closed and he has an AWP. That is a horrible situation. Fortunately for him, he's got a Tech 9, so we can start moving quickly. But Taco is around the back. He can call for the rotation of his team and not show himself. That simple. If Fallen makes it into Connector, then he can look up towards this side, but it might be too late for that. Taco, though, will finish things off himself for a 9-6 scoreline in favor of SK.
So quick updates for the other game happening at the moment. Immortals are leading against Renegades 8-2-3 on Overpass as the CT side.
Nice.
Indeed, indeed.
It's like Champions League quarterfinals. And X has scored a penalty, and now this is the score. Fur and Ricky stealing all the statistics. Almost. Most of them. I think it's more reasonable to say. Fallen, the grenade man, everyone else Kevlar, FNS, Smoke and Flash. Smoke and a defuse kit. Smoke and a defuse kit. No P250s that I can see.
Let's see if Ethan can get something as the door opens. Nice. Gets 1 pick off, but gets shot in the back. Smart to shoot as the smoke was blooming. And in comes the retake. Oh, that's a nice pick off. Now, as they get closer, this smoke can be thrown by Finesse, and they can start to get the pressure in. Kusta is lost, though. There's some information as to where Cold is, at least, but a bit close onto the bomb now. Very important position by Ricky there, holding down towards the forklift position, and they'll just clean everybody up. Smoke's not even required. They're going to save the smoke. That's nice.
FNS got drops with the smoke and the kit, but Cutler will collect it in the meantime. Nice. 2 kills for him. And SK, 2,500, not much going on there. So CLG, they've got an opportunity to try to tie the game. If they tie the game, they'll also break SK's money, because their buy, I was going to say their buy will come next round, but they've gone for the force, the surprise force. And again, this might be a scenario where they want to capitalize on their skill advantage and try to use that to balance things out. It's a fast play into the A-bomb site. The Armor has surely got to be surprised. We've got people blind all over the place, don't know where to look, but it's FNS will go down first. Ethan not far behind. The grenade will sail in, but only good for the 1 kill. Could have been 2, maybe even 3.
Cutler and Rickhead to make their way in now. Tapping away as Cutler does find himself the kill. Still 2 players to go. There is also still quite some time left. That's a nice one there. A good prediction, just looking into the corner there with the smoke, expecting someone to be up to some shenanigans. The defuse is being held at the moment, and Burr can't get an angle. They knew it. And even taking the frag is Cutler. So 2 players surviving, CLG picking that one up. But the bomb did go down and some damage was done. So SK Gaming, they may consider playing a force buy here. It's a possibility, as the economy is so weak for CLG. If they have a round that they think will be particularly effective, they will go for the force. And they're indeed going for a force buy. So, interesting stuff. 2 Deagles, 2 UMPs, a Galil. a lot of grenades to go with that. So it's going to be really cool to see how they intend to do this one. I'm curious about the Deagles instead of Tech 9s though, as you'd imagine that they would be looking to run and gun. It takes down Fallen, and here comes said run and gun. Straight to the A side. Some fantastic spray damage there, almost killing 2 players, Ethan, but not quite. The bomb is down. SK need to try to convert in this round. Another player tagged down to critical levels of health. Only Phelps with any health left at this point. He's got the Galil as also the best gun. Presumably. At least it costs more at any rate. Maybe it's not the best one out of the selection there. Phelps, they're playing around the forklift, able only to get Ricky. Bomb is close to exploding at this point. The detonation is not too far away. Taco cannot get into arm's length of Ethan in time to stop him, and it will barely be made. That defuse there. Good attempt from SK, but the round is won by CLG. SK can buy again here, and it might be... It's one of those marginal spots where do you go for it, or do you go for a half buy? I think the half buy is really nice here. You can even get one player, as we see with Ferd, getting that AK in, and then you can tailor the round specifically for this situation. So it's going to be quite fun to see exactly how they intend to use Fern and how they will do the timings on the push. And play around, obviously, also what CLG are doing. That we see a bit of aggression from CLG. Important, get some info in this situation. SK still with a handful of grenades. And they've got, I believe it's Taco who's on Squeaky now as well. Indeed, Taco around Squeaky. Phelps looking to toss his smoke. So we get the wall of smokes, the diagonal smokes for mid. Kusta looking to investigate. Now this is a very important move from Kusta, understanding like what is it actually going to be a B split, as those smokes so often indicate, but actually just gets picked off by standing there. So maybe it wasn't the best plan after all.
Now the T's closing the distance and taking it towards the A site. Phelps up close, but can keep them entertained. That said, you can see the rotation. Cutler still on the B bomb site. That's going to be quite the late rotation, but indeed they are far better equipped. They have 3 kits on the 4 players, so that's not a terrible concern for the CT side. The concern is surviving this smoke. The pop flash flying through cold, looking for a second, but it is 3 kills to the 1 of the SK team. Ethan, I think he's running with a pistol there, but Taco's position was unexpected, almost killing Cutler as well. Big damage done by SK, and they get the plants.
But it's 3 rounds in a row now. Or, well, sorry, 2 rounds in a row now where they've actually done this same situation. Although that last round they did actually go for a half buy, except for Fer, who did invest fully in the AK. They really need to close the round down now. Because CLG, okay, they're losing 3 or 4 players every time, but they keep winning these rounds. So it's time. It's time now. There's no warp on the T side here as well.
But there is onto Ricky, and Ricky alone for this particular round. Over towards the B bomb site, so maybe it's about comforts. Oh, what a sharp shot from Phelps through the mid area very quickly indeed, and taking Kusta by surprise, it seems. That is a lot of real estate for SK with 1:30 on the clock, and they're continuing to take it slow. CLG gravitating away from the A site, orbiting mid for the time being. Phelps still over towards the vent position in mid, and SK could still boost the player up if they wanted to offer some aerial support. Phelps taking some damage now, down to 22. Vent open. That might be an important kill for FNS. Walking up, will there be a flash, or is he just going to go for the raw peak? SK getting picked off 1 by 1. Indeed, Phelps taken out towards the vent, but surely Cold hears the CTs moving around.
Easy frag for Cold. The bomb is planted on A, and the CTs slowly make their way around. Ethan trying to work out if he's going to be able to catch Cold. Rotating through. Does Cold realize? Cold does spot him as he is getting lit up though, but he can't do anything about it. Taco and Fallen to save the day here for SK. They need this round so badly. Great incendiary. It's going to burn Tack away. He's forced to move out. Nice snap onto Ethan. Down to Fallen though to hold it down as he does try to keep the defense going. Does take down an additional player, leaving just one. Cutler is just being toyed with at the moment. Has to be going straight for the frag here. Forced into a deep position. Now too far away, too little time, and the round is won by SK. They'll lose every player, but they finally won that round that they needed. And they've had CLG's economy on the ropes for so long. So it's good. You can see how far this, or rather, how important that was by looking at the money for CLG now.
What will they opt to do, CLG? I didn't think they had made their minds up just yet, but that's okay. This is a mess. Because all their spawns, well, it's not going to matter so much in a professional match, but I was going to say if you have indecision and you have a late spawn, that can be the end of the rounds right there.
It's interesting too because Finesse was the guy that brought up, and the rest of his team didn't, and he's the leader of the team, right? So he's calling the shots. So,
but they have their coach on as well. So
right.
I don't know if he's just.
Yeah, but he's not that much hands-on. I don't think he has influence on falling live. I think that was just a late call from FNS, not realizing how much time was left. Actually, the time had run out, the freeze time, and then when his team went back to buy, he told him, just forget about it, like save. Maybe he wanted to do something spawn-based as well. Like die.
There goes the rifle that FNS purchased earlier. And the rest of the team are on B. Cutler staying behind. And it seems the ecoing players will set a perimeter. Perhaps they'll try to help save this AK-47. But SK have a perimeter of their own. That said, Ethan is over towards the car position.
And Cutler can still drop to FNS. So right now they're fine.
Nice, maybe something for Ethan to pick up later on. Oh, it is a bit far away at present. Indeed, Taco has gone to protect it. Yeah, Ethan's going for it. Taco is ready. He smells the greed. You can see it swirling in the air. Second round for SK. They've had successful bomb plants every single round so far in this half. And now they're in the lead. By time for CLG.
So CLG, they have a great opportunity to try to throw SK Gaming off here. I'll see if they try to be proactive or if they just let SK kind of do what they want in the early to mid rounds. That's a bit scary, but is violently trying to take down Kusta there on the mid position around Connector, and Finesse is going to be backing away. Finesse has to be really careful right now. Obviously, Kusta is smoked off. He's the only guy out here. Spots a leg, gives him the fair warning to have the advantage on further, and that will be very, very much needed for CLG's defense. Does he try to retake mid from Connector? I wonder, because there's a lot going on in Connector, or rather in mid at the moment. The B split is at hand. It is afoot.
Two CTs on the site. Cutler is absolutely on fire. Just casually walking back into the flames. And is that round? I mean, the CTs are close enough to CT to go for it. It is a 2 versus 3, so they've got. It's doable, that's for sure. Grenades may make life harder. Smoke on the low ground, molly on the high ground will deter them from proceeding further. And SK will get round number 12 on the board. Are SK in the driving seat now? That's the question.
I mean, a lot of these rounds have been really close. You can see every single round ended by the bomb being planted and either being defused or actually exploding all the way. We see that CLG has had success early on with playing retake towards that A bomb site, but they need to show that they are able to play aggro as well. SK is very good at adapting, and you can see how now the rounds are going their way, so CLG needs to find a way to disrupt that. as we see a timeout for
Yes.
CLG being called.
We do see a
James.
timeout with our own eyes, Dan. Yanko, not Dan. Sorry. Sincerely apologize.
Cannot work in these conditions, man. It's like I'll feel better once I grab my swag over at shop.csgoleague.com.
Immortals and Renegades are currently 10-10. I believe the map is overpassed. That's the...
Yes, Renegades are on the CT side now. They were down 8-3, James.
Don't call it a comeback. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. LL Cool J was tweeting yesterday, actually, saying that as essentially he's tired of listening to all the crap rap which is being put out.
So are you, James.
I know, as I aggressively tell our taxi drivers every evening, when they're like, oh, he's kind of black, let's put on this terrible hip-hop music. Turn that jock off immediately.
And then he switches it to something that's exactly the same, and you say, oh, this is fine, thank you.
It was tolerable, that one song. But then after that, it just didn't get any better.
Well, seems like Fallen doesn't need an op to duel Kusta. An AK will do, blows his head right off the server. 4v4 situation now. Ethan, the only other player with a rifle on CLG. He is around that 4-8 area. Is the duel versus Phelps. Will he be able to do more? Escapes with his life. FNS decides to wait for his teammates. CLG have the number advantage, but they do not have the gun or equipment advantage in this round. That's still on the side of SK, as you see Cold Zero in a very strong position to defend against this retake. That smoke just a little bit too
a bad miss.
far thrown by Cold Zero. Rare mistake from him, as we see him now lurking around that shroud position. Falls to Ricky, Fallen falls to Ethan, and suddenly it's Taku in a 1v4 situation then.
Yes, we got Taco, 1 versus 4. The bomb is being defused. He's going to try to get himself out there, but there's 3 players, 3 bodies being put in front of the bomb, harassing him, making his life impossibly hard. And that will be another round there in the bag for CLG. SK are now only 1 round ahead, and this is neck and neck, this match now.
Who's neck?
I don't know, that's just how the saying goes, it's neck and neck.
Yes, but
Neck and neck. What could that possibly be?
what does
I
it
can only
mean?
imagine it's like 2 animals in the wild who have both got grip of each other's necks. Because that's how predators kill animals in the wild, right? You always go for the neck.
Or maybe it's just to do with like height or something, because your necks are in the same place. Maybe that means you're like equal. Maybe you're tying. I don't know.
But you would measure that by the head, not your neck. It's like you win a race and they measure whose head.
But what if
crosses
it's
the
an
line.
oyster? Yeah, that's the name of the animal that runs very fast. Is it?
Did you say oyster?
It's something like that.
What if it's an oyster?
Yeah.
What on earth are you talking about?
No, I know it's yeah, but there's also what's the name of the animal that has long legs?
Giraffe.
Giraffe?
God damn it! No, it has a tall neck but looks like a turkey.
Ostrich.
Ostrich. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I was like, something's wrong here. I know it's.
Yeah, the oyster.
I know it's similar to the oyster. I thought it might be a synonym, but not. Ostrich.
In the meantime, CLG have won another round. Now that we have indeed established an oyster is not an ostrich. CLG are now tied up with
Literally.
SK. Literally, an oyster is not an ostrich. You heard it here first. And CLG are going to be loving this. They are up against an eco round for SK now. They might half buy it, potentially.
Neck and neck is based on the meaning in horse racing of horse running neck and neck at the same speed with their heads and necks next to each other.
There you
So
go.
you're actually right.
That's kind of right, yeah.
Excuse me.
Kind of right.
Neck and
You went straight to like the animal kingdom, like dudes choking each other out in the animal kingdom. That's where you went.
Like a tiger would grab a deer by its neck. Or even a pup and carry it by its neck. But there we go. It's the horses, the big horses, not the small horses.
Have you ever been to a horse race in England? Obviously, it's quite a thing.
Been to dog races,
Greyhounds.
but
What do you
not
mean?
horse racing.
Horse racing banned in England?
No. I was asking if you has ever been to one.
Ah,
It's quite a thing.
I've been to one.
I have not.
Nice.
Just dog racing.
How was it? Was it boring or was it amazing?
I did bat. I was a kid though. I don't know how I pulled that one off, but
Underage betting, of course.
it was extremely boring. Like, it was very boring, even with the bet. Yeah, I had my teacher bet for me.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I gave her £10.
And what did she give you back?
A betting slip.
Oh, I mean, like, did you win or not?
Ah. Well,
You
you know me, James, I never lose.
Apart from the time you lost to me on pool, which can be found on Instagram and Twitter, at James Bardolph.
I don't know if this is an enemy you want to make, James.
Just wait, there's more challenges. Wait till the ping pong is out of the way.
We'll go bowling, James, soon enough.
Not today, though.
Why not today?
I'm way too tired. Too tired for bowling today. Enough about us and bowling. CLG are trying to
there we
bowl
go.
themselves a strike.
That's some aggression. Come on, yes! 5v3. Hold back.
It done.
Hold back. Nice.
Another bomb as well. And now the bomb as well. I think it might be fair to say that CLG are in a strong position to win, Yanko.
Yes, they have a good opportunity to do so, James, just as I said in the pregame.
Look at the money. I mean, I say the money. It's $150.
Look how many bombs have gone down every round apart from the last round. That's nuts. That is nuts. SK doing well to get onto bomb sites. And Cold and Phelps looking to try to clutch this one. They got 50 seconds. The bomb is lost at the moment, so they will have to find creative ways to pick players off and at the same time find themselves onto a bomb pickup and plant. Really, very much harder said than, or rather, sorry, done than said, as we have Ricky just holding down an angle potentially. He's moving. It looks like he does not know about the presence of Phelps, but Phelps is looking for that push. So SK just trying to see what damage they can get done here, holding these off angles respectively. They are in quite the pickle, one might say.
Yeah, there's no cash. To stand any chance of stopping CLG getting to match point, they must save these two rifles. And that means they get no money bonus. They get nothing at all. They get 0 zilch, diddly squat, kaput.
It does get quite awkward now as well if SK can't find a way to, you know, let's say get a bomb down or something in this round because as you say, those players have no money. So that sort of encourages everyone to buy with them. And so they have this this double AK utility fest to try to win the rounds in a very tailored way, and a set piece onto A makes a lot of sense. Get the Tech 9s in there, running and gunning, moving onto positions quickly, overwhelming whilst the AKs come out from the back. Phelps looking to actually lurk with his AK towards mid. That's actually quite a cool choice if that's what happens. Ooh, are we going to get some boost action? Looks like we will. Interesting stuff here from SK. Nice pick off there from Phelps. The AK really paying off at the moment. Going into a B split actually. Really cool round by SK representing an A push. And indeed, there's only one man on B.
Two plays around connector for the CTs. Ricky's on fire everywhere on that site. Who's taken down as well. It's starting to work for SK. Ethan and FNS versus 5. I think decisions have been made. Ethan's still hanging around for now. Picks up the ult from Ricky, and he will start to back off. Surely SK will have a read on the situation. They've already sent Fallen out scouting, but FNS has an off angle, which will be good for 1 kill at the very least.
This is a really cool round from SK, just because, again, like they're representing an A play, and then when they take mid after the smokes go into A, it feels somewhat ambiguous, because it's like, oh, okay, maybe it's just the fact that they are wanting to play more players into mid to wrap into A. Like it's quite ambiguous in that spot. So CLG actually decided to keep 3 players towards the A side of the map for that duration, as this B split then comes into play. So that's worked out perfectly, isolating the B player in a 1v4, not even having to really shoot him all that much. Just the burn damage of the Molotovs was enough to take him out. So beautiful round from SK, really beautiful, especially if you consider what they had, 2 AKs, Tech 9s and utility. They definitely made the most of it. COG still though, with able to save some weapons towards the end of the last round, have a very strong buy here.
This is the big round. If CLG are to win this, it's in this round. In this here round, and I'm sure SK will be very careful about it. What a shot from Kusta. Lovely stuff. We sometimes see Cloud9 also taking peeks like that, with support for the sniper as well. No answer yet from SK. Coldzera through the smoke, making his way straight into the middle of B, but Cutler's there to trade at the very least. It seems SK looking to capitalize on this. They've got a long rotation coming in now. FNS is by the vent in mid. That area is being taken on the other side by the T's already. 3 people here. Cutler smartly moving out of the site, but the retake might be difficult.
Cutler with some spam there. The smokes have obscured his vision. The cross is possible. Cutler taking a lot of damage there. Has to be quite careful for able to get the plants. And a decent plant there. Throwing all the guns around here to have the ability to switch out to the AK after the orb usage. Playing 2 off the site. Now it's time to go in. CLG, they're going to coordinate themselves. First man dropped by Taco. More where that came from, but Taco, it's all about him. It's all the same result. If you challenge him, you will die. And that is going to completely destroy the retake effort. Fallen wants a piece.
Taco's definitely been taking those notes on how to op, it seems. More and more proficient with that weapon with each passing day, and FNX still for some reason keeps challenging. I mean, they have money in the bank, so still.
I suppose you can look at it as if they lose this round, they've got less money.
Yeah, but even if they lose this round, you feel like they're going to have enough to buy. Maybe not like an optimal buy, but I don't know. I would have preferred him to just save. He can't really, you know, the damage he inflicts with an extra kill isn't really going to be game changing. So why not focus just on yourself instead? But we see that now they go for the double op. Ricky has had enough of this nonsense. Still SK with the 1 AWP on Fallen. So let's see, with this timeout, what does CLG decide to do? Ricky going towards B, Kusta going towards mid. Actually, it's going to be 2-2-1 setup. He messes it up a little bit.
Close. So close. But he can take back though. Yes, absolutely will. They're running through the Molotov. Probably the safer route despite the damage taken.
That's a great adjustment from CLG. If they realize the way SK goes about that checkers control, there's most of the time there's an opening for an opper to do exactly that. Because you need to be exposed to throw those grenades, and Ricky exploited it. Kusta, on the other hand, falls to Fallen. Sorry about that one. I'm not a caster. Seems like CLG is going to try and retake control of A main. And they do so.
You weren't fast enough yet.
I wasn't fast enough. I was complaining about not being a caster. Now a 3-4 situation for SK. Still have one player lurking towards Sunroom. He is falling back now. That is called Zera. The rest of the team lurking towards A main, and Ethan is the sole player on the tables, and now he has support coming in. Let's see if he will be able to do the work.
Ethan's been doing some good stuff so far, and as you say, that crossfire could be pretty potent. So actually peeking out the spray is absolutely on point from Ethan, making it look incredibly easy there, as Coldzera is now wondering, what the hell am I supposed to do in this situation? Well, at least I can get a kill onto Cutler, and then that's basically it. Doesn't even have time to collect the bomb at this point, let alone time to win the round or attempt to do so. So another save situation from Cold. It's happened more than once at this point. CLG, are they going to steal this game away? I say steal, that would be doing a disservice to CLG. Are they going to take this win against SK on cash? One more round is all they need. Yanko, do you believe?
Yeah, Yanko.
Of course I do. I said that before the game even started. The CLG has a good chance of upsetting SK on cash. I was right about overpass. I said they're going to get crushed. And crushed they were.
They were not crushed.
They were absolutely dismantled on map number 1. As we see SK setting up for an actual full-on execute towards the B bomb site, and CLG is playing close up. This can get dangerous for them, Dan. This can get very, very dangerous.
It can. If there's a pop flash there for Cutler at the right timing, he's absolutely amazing there. One frag's what he's going to get though. Ricky had his AWP out, looking over the smoke. James highlighted this earlier. Does get one frag from it, but he's pinned down. He's got the pistol out now. What does he do? Still in so much trouble, trying to bait the shot there, and they will make it impossible for Ricky to get anything else. 3 versus 3 as Kusta now looks on. He sees the bomb as well. That's really important. And Incendiary now falling on to that position too. This is going to give the CLG side some space to work with now as they have a man coming in the back. It's going to be Ethan.
I think Ethan is by the vents at the moment, just waiting because the vent's not broken. But now that he's finally emerged out of it, he'll make his play, but he's looking the wrong way. He still gets the 180. It's versus 2. Oh my god. He actually did it. It's overtime.
He tried to be simple.
I thought he was surely done for. Is that a bit of a throw there? I mean, jumping down with the AWP to trade.
How much time was even left actually on the clock?
I don't know. Is there a replay? That's. I mean, what do you think of that trade attempt?
I think they needed to exert patience in that situation, James. I think they jumped the gun a little bit.
Oh my god.
I mean, the falling down was in nature of like getting the trade, if possible, you know.
It's time's not a factor.
That's, I mean, that's the problem, right? The only reason.
He's got a 5-7 as well.
Yeah, the only reason why Kusta goes for that jump is basically to be able to trade with Ethan immediately, but
do it with the 5-7, surely.
First 12 HP as well.
Yeah, I agree. Do it with a 5-7 for sure.
Because if you miss that, then it's overtime.
Yeah, you'd never do understand players. Sometimes, like they just. Sometimes star players have that effect. I mean, you see it, for example, with Nico as well. There was that one round. Who was it against? It was against SK. I can't remember which tournament. Maybe it was Katowice. Never mind. Where like he has a deagle and he gets like 3-1 digs, but picks up a gun, and then instead of playing with the gun, he stays on the deagle. Where the deagle does not give him an advantage, like as it would maybe in some particular situations over a rifle, because he wants like, you know, full highlight or whatever. Like they don't even do it consciously. It just happens. But that's like obviously a mistake. You should always have the presence of mind to know what the best play is for your team to be able to win the round.
I feel like that was evident as well when Simple was playing for Liquid at the majors, is that if you do something cool and the crowd were really behind it, then it would egg him on to do more, to overextend more.
I mean, let's be honest, like that play from Simple or at the major was so ridiculous. It should never work.
It's so stupid.
It's very stupid.
They hit a bunch of other ways to win the rounds.
Same thing like with the New York play with dropping the AWP through the window. I mean, that's not as bad because close range, you probably want to play with the pistol anyway, but
that was unreal.
But actually, you still let him know where you're coming from, basically. So it's still like, why are you doing this?
Ethan trying to hold on to the A site. He's surrounded, though. I don't know if he's got time to get the Molotov out. Apparently, he does. He's literally surrounded by 4 players, and he's still alive. He's bought time for his team. He is playing well today, in my opinion. Bomb gets planted for main. 2 versus 3. Kusta moving in on an off angle. Cutler more of the angle. I don't think he sees the boost position, but surely Cold Zero will appear on the radar at some point. Kusta, it's going to be really hard for him to peek now, and he knows it, which is why he's doing all kinds of weird stuff. Because he does not have the superior angle. They almost lined up for him, but they didn't, and it's SK with the first round of overtime.
I like how you put a disclaimer, in my opinion, as if you were talking in someone else's name rather than your own, James.
No. Anyway, I'm just going to move on from that, whatever. it's the first round for SK. Just in case we needed to establish that. That is how,
In your
oh
opinion.
my god. In my opinion, yep. Allegedly. Fur just runs out. Fur is causing problems in the mid area. Kusto is playing the off angle, which you often see Flusher playing as well. Fur just ran the shot and just one tapped him. No problem for Fur. I will tap you because I'm Fur. That's what I do.
Taco taking down Finesse, casually ending him. And now that he is done, it is time for Ricky to be done. Now, it's getting pretty awful for CLG. It's one after another. They're all dying. It's not how the CT run is supposed to look, Yanko. SK about to be 2 maps up right now.
I agree, Dan. Usually you're
Two rounds.
supposed to win.
It's just everybody getting isolated, you know, one by one in that way is what I mean.
Yeah, and it all started with Fur, then FNS tried to get the refrag. He died. And yeah, piece by piece, it all started falling apart, unfortunately, for Counter Logic Gaming. And now, look at their buy, 5-7, CZ, Deagle, and 2 UMPs. More than you need, basically, in the lovely game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Ooh, the HLTV page now has ADR in the scoreboard.
Be a really...
Renegades are leading 15-13, by the way.
Okay. Really unfortunate if CLG were to lose it in such a fashion. But obviously, the CT side has fallen apart for them.
And the points here for SK are really important against CLG. Like as we saw, I think that they were 5 in 3. They had 3 losses already, if I'm not mistaken. So they cannot really afford to actually lose some games like this with already 3 losses. To make sure that they can secure a top 4 spot for LAN. So they are looking to make sure that this goes smoothly from this point forwards. They've got only 4 guns to worry about, 3 of which are pistols, but Ricket, oh, he's dead. He's very dead now, but so these Cutlass there doing a lot of damage with that UMP. It still is not going to be enough though. Sculpts will survive the onslaughts of the UMP, and it looks as though the bomb site will go the way of SK. They look good in this round to take all 3 of the first half of the first overtime.
Yeah, FNS running in with the CZ, and he can make it to an AK and have the opportunity. This time we've got Ethan running down off the balcony with the 5-7, and who knows what would have happened if that was the case beforehand. Ethan from the back, shoulder peeking, knows where Fallen is. Fallen of the Tech 9 versus the 5-7, it's a 2 versus 1 as well. Oh, the bomb's planted for him. FNS doesn't have a kit. He needs to find his kill, he needs to chase him. What is going on here? Fallen is just toying.
He's too good, man.
Just playing with his food.
He's too good.
Drawing him away and then putting him out of his misery.
The way Fallen handled that situation with the guy in checkers and trying to make sure that the other guy's not holding the bomb, that was pretty amazing, pretty awesome work. Like just this and just the dance before this point, like a few seconds before that point as well. Amazing play from Fallen, and then just trying to shoulder the angle, trying not to get too ahead of himself, too caught up in the excitement of the moments, and then Bosch. So the other game has also gone to overtime, Yanko. Oh, we've got triple ops, Yanko.
Oh, that's the SK's overtime special, actually.
Why is that?
Because they tend to do that very often then.
Why do they do it? What are the advantages of doing this, Yanko?
It's unexpected.
Well then, we'll see if SCOG can adapt on the fly.
Where's the focus, Molly? There's one, and Fur will continue to be a problem in that position. 2 CTs in the site, and the flank is there as well, and it is complete destruction derby on the A-bomb site. Smokes all over the shop, still 2 CTs, 2.5 CTs in the site. There is finally a forklift player taken down. It's just Fallen. And that was cover versus 3.
Fur down to 2 HP after that, spray through the door. Yeah. CLG are in trouble. It's just Cutler, and he's got to win this round or it's over. SK will win the series. Looking very nice there at the moment. And there it is. Great great work from Taco in that round with the AWP. And generally from SK to lock it down in the end.
Yes, absolutely close, but no cigar for CLG on map number 2. That they did the play much better. Also on the CT side, they did a better job, but in the end, SK was just too hot to handle. They did a better job towards the end of that game individually more than anything else. And you do feel like in the first half, it was because SK started having a little bit too much fun that they basically allowed for those openings to appear that CLG, props to them, exploited and used. But SK moved a lot closer to securing that spot at the landmine.
Yeah,